Hi, my name is Claire and I really like to knit. Today is part 3 of my peek inside my knitted wardrobe. This will be the bottom rack of my knitted wardrobe. I need to reorganize this soon because it is completely full. I'm thinking I'm going to move some of the things I don't wear out of here and only leave the things I do wear here. If you're interested in having a look at the things I have knitted over the years, please keep watching. So in the top row, you can see a couple of new things. There is my Loewe jumper, Loewe. I've been corrected since my last video. There's my classic stripes jumper. And then there's also a lavage here, which I will show you in the end. But let's start with the bottom row. First, we have the Amy pullover. I made this quite recently and there is a video on it. I used woolly yarns. It's a mix of mohair and tinsel and a few other things. It's absolutely beautiful. And I combined it with the Woolfolk tind for the neck because I ran out of yarn. So it's not quite Amy pullover because I didn't have enough yarn to pick up for the arm edging. But I absolutely love the color of this and I can't wait to wear it when it gets a little bit cooler. In this side here, I just closed it with a button because I didn't have any yarn left to make a tie. Secondly, this is the Frida sweater. I made this quite a few years ago using the Drops Alpaca brushed silk. Yeah, and it's quite nice. It's a Cirro, and I don't mind it. It does become quite matted over time. I think I used 2 or 3 strands, can't remember, and I did remove a whole pattern repeat here because the sleeves were just too bubbly. So I only did 2 bubbles, I think. No, 3 bubbles instead of 4 on the sleeve. It's really nice. It's a really great trans-seasonal piece and I wear it all the time. This is my sweater number 7 by my favorite knits. It is made with a cashmere that Mum bought from China years ago. I held 3 strands of a lace weight, I think. You know, I love it. This design is so classic and simple. Every time I wear it, I get heaps of compliments. So I really should be making another one. It wasn't too easy to knit when I did the short rows here. So it is quite different. You do a top down and then you use short rows to pick up the sleeves here. I remember struggling, maybe because it was a dark yarn and I had only started learning short rows. Pretty sure this is the first top that I learned short rows on. It's got a cute saddle shoulder. Yeah, definitely should make another one of these. I do enjoy wearing this a lot. I've got my Clover by Woollen. This is knit with the Woolfolk tind in a navy color, and the tind is absolutely luxurious. It's a very expensive yarn, but it is definitely worth its money. The yarn is so soft and so smooth. It did peel quite a bit, but you know, it's expensive and looks like it. The Clover is a free pattern by Woollen. It took me a long time. You've got baubles and cables and lace all at the same time. Everything's knit back and forth. And and being a dark color, it was difficult getting through it, but I'm glad I did because again, something I really like wearing. It's a tiny bit small, so I just have to make sure I stay the same size so I can wear all my lovely things. This is the Disco pullover by Couture in Denmark. I bought it as a kit and I absolutely love the color combination, the styles, everything. But as you can see, the yoke is way too big. It's maybe 20 centimeters too big for me in the yoke. I did make this quite early on and I didn't really, spend the time to do a gauge swatch and measurement. Even Mum couldn't wear it because it's just too big around the yoke. So I'm not sure what to do. I'm not going to rip it out and do it again. This is just going to be something I keep and have a look in the wardrobe, I guess. This is a single Malt inspired jumper. So I made this for my son when we went to Europe over Christmas. It's made with Rowan's Merino Aria, which is a lovely bulky worsted weight yarn. Unfortunately, you can see this band here is a lot lighter than the rest. So there was color variation even though they were the same batch. Annoying. You can't really see it, but you can see it during the daylight. My mum knitted it for my son, and the inspiration is Maxim Serre's single malt. So it's just a half seed stitch. Simple design. My son wore it a couple of times, but being a kid, he just hates wearing itchy wool, he says. It's quite big, so the whole family can wear it at the moment. My Ellwood cardigan, one of my faves. There is a video that I made. Actually, my first YouTube video is on the Ellwood cardigan. It's made with Woolfolk Tage. It's ripped out from a previous jumper, and I reused it to make this one because this is something I would wear all the time. I've already worn it when I went to Tasmania last month, and it's just lovely. I will be wearing this a lot in winter. This one, I haven't got enough use out of this yet. This is a Priscilla cardigan by Marzena Kolaczek, and I made it with Bendigo Woollen Mill 8-ply luxury. Yes. I think I washed it, maybe I haven't, because someone said in my previous video the Bendigo Woollen Mill does soften and bloom, so maybe I'll give it a wash, because right now it feels a little bit stiff on my hands and it's very heavy. So I do worry if I wear it, it'll slide off my shoulder. It is a very intricate lace pattern with baubles, and you have to do the lace pattern back and front. So back and forth you have to do lace both sides. It took quite a while to get through, being dark yarn, lace, bubbles, etc. Which is a common theme with all of these dark colors. But I really like the design. One day I may make another version in a lighter color, because all of her other samples and what everyone else has knitted online are in a lighter color, and they look amazing. So I might knit this again in a lighter color one day. This is my ladder cardigan by Norah Gaughan, out of the Knit, Fold, Pleat, Repeat, something like that book. On another fave, I wore this quite a lot last year because it's a really lightweight 3/4 sleeve trans-seasonal cardigan. So I actually wore this a lot. It is made with the virtual yarn Hebridean 2-ply in bog bean. I made this in my, I used this color in my lapwing collar. Another one of my favorites. I keep saying favorites. They're all my favorites. They're all my babies. But yeah, this cardigan I wear all the time. The design is so clever. It's just like an architectural masterpiece that Norah Gaughan has created. Each piece is made separately and then sewn together. I don't know if you can see, but yeah, they are all geometrically entwined and somehow makes this beautiful cardigan. She is a genius. Failed. This is a failed project. It's a Alone Together sweater by Alpaca, out of her Close Knits book. She promotes using scrap yarns and making oversized jumpers. So I tried to do that. I cut up a whole bunch of different colors and merged it into this jumper. I held 3 strands of the Woollen yarns. Woollen Mill. They stopped making it now, but the yarn is actually lovely, just not my color. So I thought I'll hold it triple and adding some crazy colors and make it alone together. However, I didn't have enough to make the sleeves, so it's really just a giant box. I don't wear it because it's too short and it's too big. Failed. Not sure what to do with this, but it's not going to be sitting here soon. This is, I only just finished this a few days ago. This is my Stella Mesh, made by the Fibre Cirro yarn in the color Stella. I saw the Stella McCartney top on Net-a-Porter, and I thought it was a very simple design and really cute. So I created my own pattern and made this one. So if you want to know more about this one, watch my other video. This is my little Chanel inspired jacket. Made this last year. The reason I made it is because I bought this amazing yarn from woollyyarn.com, 1L. I think it's alpaca and mohair and a bunch of blends with little black sequins, and it's pink with a bit of black. It just reminded me so much of the classic Chanel jacket. So I designed my own Chanel jacket. Really need some shoulder pads. Maybe I'll put some shoulder pads in it as well. Haven't worn it yet. Can't wait to wear it. I used the Rowan soft yak DK to crochet an edging, but it's not even here on the hem. So I may go back and do an I-cord. I think I-cord may look tidier. What do you think? This is my lace cardigan by Tage. I used the Silana Air yarn. Silana is very hard to buy now, I don't know why, but it is a possum down yarn, which is super, super soft, cashmere grade. Super soft, super warm, and just, it's perfect for this. The design actually called for the spinny. I've used spinny before. I find it very, very coarse and I don't like it. And this one is just luxury soft. So I use the Silana Air, and yeah, I love it. Mum's just made a version for herself as well, and because she just loved this one too much. Again, haven't worn it yet because I only just finished it a couple of months ago and it's been bloody hot. The design is very simple, but just the way Tage wrote it, I wanted to pull my hair out. It's just very complicated the way they wrote it. So I don't know if I will buy more Tage patterns because it was frustrating to read. Just not my style. It's not how my brain works. This is it's called a Fugloy, F-U-G-L-O-Y, Fugloy top by Couture. Came with a kit. 100% cashmere. So soft. This is one of the best cashmeres I have ever worked with. And you know I love cashmere because there's so many cashmere things in here. It is one of the best I've ever worked with. It's a Couture kit. And I haven't bought anything from them for a while, but yeah, I love all their things. Just a really beautiful, simple t-shirt, super warm, in a very neutral color, so I can wear really nice blazers with it when I was working, and very versatile. Love this one. This is a Norah Gaughan design. Norah Gaughan from Knitted Cable Source Book. You can see it's a stag head in the middle, right? Isn't it so clever? Very simple design, little bit of paneling in the back. Norah Gaughan, love it. Made it with Alpaca by Drops. Yeah, Alpaca by Drops. I wear this all the time as well because it's lightweight and 3/4 sleeves. So great for Australian winters. I wear this all the time. The Drops Alpaca is a tiny bit itchy, but it's not too bad. This is a test knit I did for Alpha Knits. It's called the Diamonds and Stripe Sweater. I made a little bit smaller with negative ease instead of positive ease, and a little bit cropped because I ran out of yarn. The yarn is 100% cashmere again, by woollyyarns.com. They mixed some light brown, dark brown, and white together, which just creates this beautiful texture. I really like how they mix different colors together to create a whole new color. And I do talk about it in my stash video. So very simple design in a DK weight. I really like it. I use this to base my classic stripe sweater. So this is the pattern I based it off, just without all the diamonds and stripes. So a lot of twisted ribs and some lattices. Very simple, easy to wear, looks amazing on. Looks very expensive. Are you sick of me talking about cashmere yet? This is a cashmere yarn by Young Atelier, which is Louisa Harding's brand. So it's Louisa Harding's design using her yarn. It's a kit I bought off her website. And I first heard of her because of Frida Knitting, of course. Andrea's knitted up quite a few of her designs using her yarn. So it's almost like a couple of strands of lace weight together to create this DK yarn. It's pink and beige together. And just a really beautiful heathered kind of look. And the design is so clever, just very simple lace paneling. Very simple. It does stretch out, so every time I wear it, you get a little bubble here on the elbow, so then I have to press it back in. Maybe because of the loose gauge, I'm not sure, but again, a very classic kind of look that looks very expensive. My Ostrina, so this is the first time I used the Cirro yarn by Fibre Co. It's a brushed Cirro alpaca with some merino and a cotton core. Very, very soft, feels like Cirro, but a little bit thicker. You can see the lace pattern's completely matted, you can barely see it. And the neckline is completely stretched out, which is frustrating. I found this yarn at our local yarn store, and I went online and picked one of their designs that called for the Cirro. And the design is a funnel neck. It is a tight funnel neck. And look at it now. I don't know what I did wrong. Maybe my gauge was wrong, but I did everything according to the pattern. But now it's an off-the-shoulder top. I still like it and I do wear it, but it's completely matted out as well. I think that just happens a lot with Cirro, doesn't it? Oh, this beauty is called Meadow Sweet. Let me button it up. Meadow Sweet is a kit from the Virtual Yarns website designed by Alice Darmore using Alice Darmore's yarns. And this is the first time I did steeking as well. So I knit the body in the round, sleeves in the round, and then I steek the front and steek the armholes. It was actually a lot less intimidating than it looks. It was very easy to do if you have the right yarns. It is just a genius design. Look at it. Color combination, the design, it is like a piece of art, a work of art. Unfortunately, it is a tiny bit big for me, and also it's just not my color. I tried to offload it to Mum, but she never wore it, so I got it back. It's just not my color. It washes me out. So this is something I'm going to display and never wear. Next is the Marron by Natasha Hornby. She is an amazing designer. Andrea from Fruity Knitting knitted this, so I had to knit one as well. Oh, gorgeous. This is the Pearl Soho Camel. So soft. I really like it. I think I'll be buying more of this. There's only one color in the camel, but I really like this yarn. And the blue is some leftover Knit Picks gloss. Genius design. Genius. I mean, if you've done Natasha Hornby designs before, you know her designs are not conventional. You do a provisional cast on around the armhole, and you knit the piece kind of front and back. Then you cast on a whole bunch of stitches for under here, and you start going back and forth like that. Or did I join it? I can't remember. No, it was in a circle. I can't remember. So then you did it towards the center. Then you do the other side, casting on here, go towards the middle, and then you pick up the provisional stitches, finish the sleeves on both ends, then you pick up the neckline and pick up the hem. Genius. Absolute genius, and it looks so good. Yeah, I'll be wearing a lot more of this one this winter. I've only worn it for one season so far. This is a design out of the Ketodama magazine, which I've talked about before, one of my favorite knitting magazines. It is a Norwegian design, I guess, Norwegian inspired design. Just a very simple dress, winter dress. I chose my own colors mainly using the Double Sunday by Sandnes Garn, and the blue is Virtual Yarns. It's all in DK, and it's quite thick because of the color work here. And Double Sunday DK, I find it's quite heavy compared to some other DKs. It's definitely Norwegian for Norwegian winters. So I have worn this a few times last winter, but it's a bit hot. It's a bit hot for a short sleeve, but on a cold day when you do need that weight, there's a short sleeve, then I have to wear a jacket. So it's a bit weird that way, but I do like it. I don't mind the color choices. I mean, I picked it, but it's okay. I don't mind it. I made the waist a little bit too high. My waistline is probably here. So that's one thing. That's a regret. Otherwise, another happy customer. Okay, let's pull out the lavage. So this is a lavage by Marie Woollen. Guess who made it? And then I had to make as well. Andrea from Fruity Knitting. So she's made this jumper and I really liked it, so I made it as well. Very easy colorwork design. It was so addictive, so I just knitted this up within a couple of weeks. The colors were Jamieson Smith. I just picked out some colors from the Wool Warehouse website. I think the colors work well together. I try to put the pink on the neckline so it doesn't wash me out. But overall, I think the colors are too heathered and too muted. So again, it's just not my color. I should have learned my lesson. I don't suit heathered, muted colors. And I don't feel joy when I wear it. So I've worn it a couple of times, trying to offload it to Mum. She never wears it, so I've got it back. Could be another one of those things that just sits there in a display case that doesn't get worn. And I've got a few other things that I don't wear that I put in my dresser. So I thought I'll show you them as well. And then I'm going to reorganize these and put the things I don't wear into the dresser and leave some space here for things I do enjoy wearing, which is most of them. I think I've talked about this a couple of times. It's my first this is my first wind whistles jumper by Maxim Sir. It's a beautiful brioche design. I use Bellissimo 4-ply and Wandering Flocks mohair. Unfortunately, this mohair kills me, absolutely kills me. Every time I wear it, I scratch so much that my skin breaks and I end up bleeding everywhere. So I can't wear it at all, even though it's so cute. And the rainbow sherbet, it's so subtle. I ran out of yarn towards here, so I just, on every other row, I use a normal pink mohair. So the pink mohair is on the inside, the rainbow sherbet's on the outside. You can't even tell the difference. Just pity I can't wear it because it's too bloody itchy. I made an olive cardigan, the very popular olive cardigan, but I used the wrong yarn. I used the Newton yarn, and I look like a gorilla when I wear this. It's the wrong yarn. Even though I got the right gauge, I think there's no drape. Plus the color is brown. It's very oversized. It's very round, and yeah, if I want to look like a gorilla, I will wear that one. I've got my Birkin. I've made 2 versions of the Birkin. This is the first one. Selected the wrong colors. This is the 3rd time out of these that I've selected the wrong colors. Each time is beige plus some muted colors, which I should have known does not suit me. Like if you look at the maroon, it's beige, but it's got a blue, which is a contrasting color, and I can get away with that. But a beige with muted colors doesn't work. It kind of looks like Christmas as well. The green, red, and blue are virtual yarns. The pink is Jameson Smith leftover. And halfway through, I'm like, oh, this looks like Christmas. And I kept going. And again, never wear this because this is the wrong color. The beige yarn is Fibre Row to China. It was very expensive, very luxurious, and really soft, kind of like that camel. But because it's so expensive and I never wear this, I'm thinking I might unpick this and use the beige for something else and match it with a color that will make the color pop and look better on me. So this is something I'm going to unpick. The other version I made of the Birkin is a grey and white one. Looks great, but circular yoke jumpers don't look good on me because I have no shoulders. So I gifted that one to my cousin. This is something I made from the Drops website. It's a big circle of lace design, and then you chuck some sleeves on. I can't remember what yarn it is, something cheap because it feels a bit yucky on my hands. But the sleeves are just in a really weird position. It doesn't look good. So this is just in my pile of things that to look at but never worn. Look how beautiful this pattern is, and so much effort has gone into it. But the sleeves are just in such a weird place. I don't know how I'm going to wear this. I think this was a Drops design as well. I made this a long time ago. It's a DK weight wool, maybe a Lincraft one, so it's not a very nice DK weight. The shape is very boxy. I've worn this a couple of times, but this is something that's going to be in my never wear drawer because I don't really like it. Then I also went through a little crochet phase, and I think it's Lincraft cotton, and made a little crochet vest. Very boho style, isn't it? Never worn because I'm not boho. I've never worn anything boho before, so I don't know why I made a boho vest. Here it is, something to remember my many iterations of knitting styles for. That's it. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm now going to reorganize my cupboard here to make room for more knits. If you have any questions about any of these, please let me know. And I think there will be one more video about my wardrobe because I've still got accessories and gifted things. So make sure you subscribe and like, and keep an eye out for my new videos. Well, I don't mess around. I have now unwound the whole Birkin sweater. The little coloured balls I'm going to use in my scrappy blanket, and I don't know, maybe about 200 grams of the Row to China here, which is this beautiful luxury wool with silk and camel and alpaca and a bunch of other stuff. I'll find something else for it, maybe with a contrasting colour so this light beige doesn't wash me out. Yeah, I am very happy to have recouped this beautiful yarn.